great strikers. Let's talk about Abby Reed, Dave.
Well, when you look at Abby Reed, she's a fantastic freshman. Obviously, people didn't know.
After falling in the final last year, Indiana State is now back for redemption and their first ever Missouri Valley Conference tournament title. With all MVC first-team strikers Abby Reed and Kate Johnson, the Sycamores are confident for victory. Equally confident are the two-time defending conference tournament champions and #1 seed Illinois State. Led by MVC Player of the Year Rachel Tejada, the Redbirds are focused on another trip to the NCAAs. Coventry Healthcare and Aetna Company proudly presents the 2013 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Championship, live from Evansville, Indiana. We welcome you to the final with Dave Durr. I'm Sean Wheelock. Dave, these two schools enter in outstanding form, a combined unbeaten in their last 14 matches.
Yeah, two very good teams, and you saw they're very closely matches. You look at the matchup through the season. You've got the Illinois State team that really attacks. I mean, it's basically a Ferrari coming down the main track there. And then you've got Indiana State, who's a great counterattack team. So it really plays well into the weaknesses of Illinois State. So we should have a great matchup today.
Great matchups, great strikers. Let's talk about Abby Reed, Dave.
Well, when you look at Abby Reed, she's a fantastic freshman. Obviously, people didn't know her coming into the season, but I think what you notice about her is her runs off the ball. She's got great pace. She can really get to goals. She knows how to finish, but a good distributor as well, Sean. She's got 10 goals and 2 assists on the season. Really a fun player to watch. On the Illinois State side, I think we've been talking about it for 4 years, and she's only a junior because Rachel Tejada is the real deal. She sees the field well. She's a great distributor, a great connector, fantastic vision. She has all the tools to be a fantastic soccer player, and she can finish too. 15 goals, 9 assists on the season. She really makes Illinois State click.
On the other side of the break, we'll have the starting 11 for both schools and then the first half kickoff. It's Indiana State versus Illinois State in the MVC Women's Soccer Championship Final.
You want affordable healthcare coverage that helps cover rising medical costs, and that's exactly what you'll get with Coventry Healthcare. We offer comprehensive, affordable plans for your family or business. Visit CoventryHealthcare.com or text WELLNESS to 74574. Health, wellness, Coventry Healthcare.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
You want affordable healthcare coverage that helps cover rising medical costs, and that's exactly what you'll get with Coventry Healthcare. We offer comprehensive, affordable plans for your family or business. Visit CoventryHealthcare.com or text WELLNESS to 74574. Health, wellness, Coventry Healthcare.
The 2013 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Championship is brought to you by Coventry Healthcare, the official presenting sponsor for the MVC TV network. By Emerson, the global technology and engineering company. And by SSM Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center, helping get kids back in the game. Number 1 versus number 2, with the winner advancing to represent the Missouri Valley Conference in the NCAA Women's Soccer Tournament. Indiana State, they're the number 2 seed, looking to win this tournament for the very first time. A rematch of last year's final won by Illinois State, who are now attempting to win this tournament for 3 consecutive years. You see Erica True in her 5th season as the head coach of the Sycamores, and Dave Hurst starting 11.
They're going to play a 4-2-3-1 in the back, Sean. And you got to watch Molly McGee coming up the left-hand side. But I think the real key to this game for them is the 3-man midfield. Taylor Hancock and Taylor Reed do a great job of just kind of handling the middle of the field. And when you see Tejada drop in, they're going to be responsible when she comes in deep. Abby Reed on the outside is very dangerous, and Kate Johnson up top. For Illinois State, I think you've got to look at the back. Gabby McGanton likes to attack out of the back, and look for the counters from Indiana State into that space. They got a freshman in the back, Rihanna Kreutz, who did a fantastic job in the semifinal. And, of course, Hannah Leinart, the freshman, getting 12 goals and 6 assists this year. She's the addition to Tejada that makes them so dangerous in the attack.
Drew Roth in his 7th season, the head coach of the Redbirds. Moments away from the first half kickoff. Indiana State, they're in the all-white strips. They will be attacking from the left to the right in the first half. Illinois State in the all-black kits, attacking from the right to the left. We are underway as referee Doug Ferguson blows his whistle. Beautiful Midwest autumn afternoon, 54 degrees and sunny. Erica True said that a lot of this match will come down to possession. Indiana State with the deep possession and the offside flag up. Abby Reed offside.
Good early run from Abby Reed, though, and you can see they play a very high line in the back, Illinois State, and they're going to try to penetrate that with Abby Reed, a lot of times playing off Kate Johnson.
Our series history is brought to you by Coventry Healthcare and Aetna Company. Second match between these two schools this year, regular season of the MVC, October 4th. It was Illinois State winning away 2-1 versus Indiana State. Quickly sent out of play by Rihanna Kreutz. Going for Indiana State, who has had virtually all of the possession. Very early days in this match, just minute number 1. Ball over the byline and out for a goal kick.
A good start for Indiana State, Sean. You don't see Illinois State get pinned in their end too much, even though it's early in the game. They're going right at them. They're not hesitating. I don't think it's going to be a team that you see sit back and wait for Illinois State like a lot of teams do.
From the Newsom goal kick. Clever little touch in the midfield. That's Chura. Flag stays down. This is promising. Early on the long touch. McKee looking to cross. Deep on the cross to the back post. Chura. Lovely ball for Taylor Reed. One of the 2 Reed sisters in the starting 11 for the Sycamores. Nicely defended away by Van Deventer.
Excellent patience, though, from Indiana State, Sean, especially Chura. You saw her just delay and then switch the ball out wide. That's where you can expose Illinois State, getting them on the width of the field.
First meaningful attack of this match for Illinois State. Anna Stinson. Stinson crossing to the back post. The idea was there for who else? Rachel Tejada. 15 goals #1 this season in the Missouri Valley Conference. Dave Emerson presents your keys to the match.
Well, when you look at Indiana State, I think it's make Tejada Nada, really allow Rachel Tejada no touches on the ball, and you're going to look for them to try to get someone on her tight at all times during distribution. And Johnson, and more Johnson. I think it's very important that they get Kate Johnson involved. She's got to hold the ball, keep possession for Indiana State.
This is Leinert involved, very dangerous in the 18-yard box. Pressure alleviated just temporarily. Leinert second on this club, 12 goals this season. Dave Durr's keys to the match, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare. Go online, coventryhealthcare.com for more information.
You know, talking to Drew Rolfe before the game, he really wanted patience in possession. He felt Indiana State played very deep. You can see how many players they have in the box right now.
Good, meaningful possession. Anna Stinson lifted in from Newsom. Identical twin sister of the goalkeeper, Aaron Newsom.
Well, here's the keys to Illinois State, Sean. I think it's patience makes perfect. We talked about Drew Rolfe telling me about the patience of the team. When you got a team very deep, you got to be patient to break them down.
It's Tejada with the header. See the keeper, San Roman, pulled well off of her line. That shot not getting through. Cracked by Cross.
Just to finish those keys, Sean, it's very important, I think, that they spread the field. They're going to do a really good job on trying to eliminate Leinart and Tejada. And so it's important that Illinois State gets other people involved, especially, I think, Kyla Cross in this game.
Very early possession to Indiana State. Then the last sequence, all Illinois State. Back across the halfway line is Indiana State. Headed away by Kreutz. Trying to turn Kate Johnson. Kate Johnson, Abby Reed combined for 18 goals. Closed captioning for today's telecast is made possible by Emerson, the global technology and engineering company. To learn more, visit emerson.com. Emerson, consider it solved.
You got a good look at Leinart there, just making a hard run defensively. She works hard on both sides, but what I like about her the most, Sean, is she's got a nose for the goal. When she gets the ball, she's thinking score goals and nothing else, and that's hard to teach.
Last year's final 6 goals, Illinois State winning 5-1. Not much between these schools today. Early, as you see top of your screen, just into the 7th minute, 0-0. One thing early, Dave, Indiana State does not look intimidated.
No, I think that last year when we saw the final, they came in really being happy to be there. And this year they're looking for a little bit more. They've had a lot of firsts this year for this team. Talking to Erica True, she just felt like they were much more composed, much more ready to be here at the final and take their best shot at advancing onto the NCAAs.
Anna Stinson from McCarter's throw-in. Now Allie Newsom in the holding midfield role. From the center circle, Taylor Hancock. Nicely done by Hancock.
Hancock really impressed me in the semifinal, Sean. Great ball winner, but really good patience in distribution. And they're good on the counter, so she was really the one that took that ball and switched the field for them and just allowed them to get out of pressure and quickly transition into attack.
There was a miss hit by Rodas.
Little bloody nose there for Leinart as she took that one in the face, pressuring earlier that we talked about. She'll be back in a few seconds, but today's game, they don't allow any blood to be on you or on your shirt.
Leinart, the Missouri Valley Conference Freshman of the Year. From Leinart to Tejada, 27 goals for the Redbirds this season. That's phenomenal. Both will be back next year. Leinart, a freshman, of course. Tejada, just a junior. Off the head of Newsom. Troyer in central defense. First team All-Missouri Valley Conference. Molly McKee. Good idea for Kate Johnson, just a bit too strong. Back to Aaron Newsom. 19th appearance of the season. She's conceded 24 goals, and she has kept 6 clean sheets. She is the reigning Missouri Valley Conference Goalkeeper of the Year. Good ball in from Molly McKee, though, and Kate Johnson's got to hold that up. It's so important in the way that they play, because they really play that 4-2-3-1, that to allow those 3 players to support that lone striker. That striker's got to be strong on the ball, hold the ball, and just give enough time for those players to get forward. Looking to cross the halfway line, Emily Chura. Great run there from Maddie Orff, just taking the space. Orff moving forward from the right back position, continuing on the overlapping run. Excellent pressure there, Sean, from Kreutz, Rihanna Kreutz, just a freshman, and she came in for Elise Williams, who was really their strongest center back, one of their top players, and when she was inserted, you had to worry a little bit about the Illinois State defense, but she's done a fantastic job. On the punt from Newsom. Elise Williams going down with an ACL, out for the rest of the season. That was a big loss for Illinois State, but they just kept cruising. Now Rachel Tejada. Stinson. Promising now for the #1 seed. Dagny Olsen. Stinson. See the movement, the cross for Tejada. Our Missouri Valley Conference standings are a presentation of Purina Dog Chow. Help keep him strong. Dog Chow strong. Illinois State, perfect through the regular season. Dave earning the #1 seed. Indiana State, 4-2, claiming the #2 seed. Evansville, the real surprise for me. I think that they were a little bit of a sleeper, and Illinois State did a great job getting by them, but they lost a key player in Kyla Smith and just did a nice job of sustaining some momentum. Abby Reed from Chura. Reed straight on target. Smart ball from Chura early on. Chura really finding her place in the attacking midfield. Yeah, she's having a good start to this game. A little more quiet in the semifinal, even though she had a good game, but right now she's been very involved, quick to find the width of the field. Dangerous on the high bounce. You see Kate Johnson coming forward. Johnson again. So away by Stankowski. Kyla Cross, first team All Missouri Valley Conference. I think Kyla Cross a real key to Illinois State today, because she is someone that keeps the width of the field for them. Tejada and Liner are really strikers that just like to get forward centrally, and they play a little unbalanced, and Kyla Cross is usually the one getting the service in. So it's important they find her wide today. McKee all the way forward from the left back position. Tried to pick out Natalie Vaught. Again Vaught. For Taylor Reed. Older sister of the striker Abby Reed. Taylor Reed! Why not from distance? Not a bad choice. Everyone backing off. You can see Taylor Reed sees a lot of space. Once she beats the first line of defense, no one steps up to her. Look at the amount of space she has between the backs and herself. So why not take the rip? Someone's got to step out to the ball there. This is Tejada, long first touch down in the penalty area. And that's Tejada committing the foul. That's a little unfortunate there. She got a bad first touch. You can take a look here. Look at this first touch. That's unlike her, but then a great recovery run from the defender, and she just takes the foul. Being aggressive to get the ball. No intent there, but clear foul. Good call from the referee. Brittany San Roman taking this, 15th appearance of this season. 19 goals against. She's kept 4 clean sheets. She shared a 5th with her #2, Abby Keller. Last 6 matches, San Roman has allowed just 2 goals. Been in brilliant form. How about Maddie Orff too, Sean? She had a great semifinal, and that was her recovering on that run to stop Tejada there. She's got good pace, and she really reads the game well in behind that defense. McKee living dangerously. Now Olsen. Olsen! Shot never getting through off of Troyer. Stinson. Ball still in the attacking half for the Redbirds. Stinson on the return. Loses out now Natalie Vaught. Good flow, good tempo to this match. High speed. Excellent job by Stinson winning that ball back once she lost it. Olsen crossing for Tejada. Still Tejada turns playmaker. Again, Olsen could not find the shot away by Rodust, who did well defensively. Still more from the #1 seed. A lot of backspin on that ball, and it crosses the byline out for a corner kick.
Very good pressure from Illinois State here, Sean. Just locking them in their own end, not allowing Indiana State to clear the ball and continuing the pressure, keeping them under the gun. Wins them the corner.
Brianna Kreutz to take this corner kick. Setting up the right-footed outswinger. Virtually no wind. High and deep on the outswinger. It was intended for Allie Newsome. Not much on that from Stankowski.
No, and Indiana State playing a complete zone. You saw no one man marking. So if you're Illinois State, you got to get a little harder runs into the spaces in front of the zone. Make it a moving player versus a standing player.
0-0, 14th minute, as you see top of your screen. Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Championship Final. #2 seed Indiana State looking for their first ever tournament title versus the #1 seed Illinois State looking to win this championship for the 3rd consecutive year. After the foul, the restart. Troyer. Nicely done by Newsome, winning that aerially. Back for Troyer. Troyer loses out. Well done by Maddie Orff to step in and win that. You see, though, Dave, Illinois State always coming forward, looking to exploit every single mistake, even the small ones. Dagny Olsen. Tejada for Leinert. Confusion there. Leinert on the second opportunity, running through after her first touch with the left boot let her down.
Brittany San Roman, she's got a great semifinal, and here she comes out really well. That's one thing she does well. She reads the touch over the top here, and look at her come out aggressively. I think she just expects to get some contact there, so she kind of leans back a little bit and doesn't follow through the ball, and it almost becomes a dangerous mistake.
Nervous moments for San Roman, but the goal kick off the head of Olsen. Olsen suddenly becoming a real presence now.
You got to remember, San Roman, just a freshman, too, so there's a little bit of those jitters for the final here.
Stinson from 24 yards. Starting to see the confidence now building for the Illinois State attack, getting numbers forward. Newsome. Anna Stinson. Switching the point of this attack, trying to pick out Cross. Olsen. Still Olsen as we play on. Olsen to the back post. Too high for Leinert. Indiana State suddenly under real siege.
Good work from Olsen there. I thought if she drops that back, though, she has Cross that is just going to finish that off from the top of the 18.
Sycamore's desperately looking for a ball to counter, trying to do so on this.
Right now, you see Indiana State just having a little bit of trouble finding Kate Johnson, and we talked about how important that was for them. Once the ball's going forward, they're not able to hold possession. And Illinois State getting a lot of the ball, which is a recipe for disaster.
Cross. Opportunity to counter on this ball. Running forward hard is Abby Reed, too strong. Van Deventer in front of her. Kyla Cross. Now Shelby Troyer. Flicked on by Sydney Losing, who's subbed into this match. Indiana State, you will see them use their substitutes bench much more liberally than you will see Illinois State. Indiana State can go 7-8 deep with field players. Illinois State 3 or 4 deep. Just the difference in coaching philosophy, Dave. How many minutes do you want to give to your first 11?
I think you have a few people on Illinois State that do not come out of the game at all because they've got some big horses there, and I think that you're kind of looking at a couple Clydesdales on Illinois State that you just are afraid to take off the field.
Free kick now for Indiana State. Maddie Orff to take this. Indiana State setting up, 17 yards off of the goal line. Orff. The header straight on to Abby Reed. That was nicely done, beautifully read by Erin Newsome on the quick distribution.
Yeah, nice ball in from Orff though. Driven, on a line, very tough, difficult to defend. You can see here, just look at the trajectory of this ball. It's very hard. The defender's marked very tight, but when you come away from the ball there, it's hard to beat her to the ball. She did a good job of continuing pressure, but nice set piece there for Indiana State.
To the foul whistled by Doug Ferguson. Ensuing restart. 2 yards just in front of the touchline. Kreutz. Rodas. Newsome. Gonna lift that forward for Tejada. Well defended by Troyer.
Like to see Allie Newsome just spread the field a little bit. You can see how compact right now Indiana State is. Instead of pumping that up the middle, see if you can't find a wide player.
Dangerous deep run was made there. Johnson trying to stay onside the ball, nearly through.
Yeah, dangerous run, Sean, but just a great defensive play there from the freshman. Kreutz, she just read that well, cut out the passing lane, and no danger for her.
One for Indiana State. Throw in from Orff. Good ball to counterattack on. Leinert. Leinert hard collision with Rodas. All the way back for Sam Roman.
Good run from Leinert, but you saw Rodas there, very intelligent, just goes in with her body, so she gets a little piece of the ball, but she also gets her hip into the player, doesn't allow her to make a free run. That causes the ball to go too far.
Punt from San Roman. Taylor Hancock. Has to be careful, she was. Great ball in the space. Kate Johnson onside. Good command of her 18-yard box by Erin Newsome.
She read that really well, got off her line earlier. That could have been dangerous. She made it look easy, Sean.
Away by Newsome. Ball bouncing just in front of the halfway line. Reed. Foul committed by Abby Reed. Taylor Reed's younger sister.
Fans don't like it, but she just didn't. You have to jump with the player. She just got caught undercutting her a little bit. Take a look here as she's playing the ball, but she goes underneath the player's legs instead of going up with her, and that's going to be a foul every time. Good call from the referee.
Kreutz on the restart. That's well driven by Kreutz. Cut out aerially by Orff. Orff having a very nice match defensively thus far. Losing. Done by Abby Reed. See the organization in the back, Stankowski. Space for Anna Stinson. Leinert. Still Leinert. Leinert!
That was good work, but that last touch, she had Tejada just completely open. All she has to do is slot that square, and you know, you talked about how good it is that she has a nose for a goal, but take a look square as Tejada peels off. She's completely open there centrally at that last second, and she wasn't happy she didn't see the ball. She scored a few. I think she would have liked to have that one.
San Roman on the goal kick.
That's a little bit of a freshman there, just seeing only the goal. You like that initially, and as she matures, she'll start to see more of her teammates.
Coaches love strikers to be selfish, but only to a point. By Taylor Reed aerially. Trying to play forward for Tejada. Troyer. Let's now see the MVC Women's Soccer Championship bracket. Up to this point, the final.
Yeah, I thought Illinois State and Evansville was a great match, even though the score not indicative of how close the game was. Evansville really came out, Sean, early and made a game of it. Drake and Indiana State, I think it just was a question of time with Indiana State really handling that match and running away with it.
Nervous moments for the #1 seed. At halftime, trailing 1-0 versus the #5 seed, the host school, Evansville, winning that match 3-1.
You know, Sean, the strange thing is, too, I don't think I ever felt nervous, and I don't think they ever felt nervous. They had a lot of chances in the first half, as good as Evansville played, and I think you just got the feeling it was a matter of time. Evansville really came in with a good strategy and great intensity, but this is a good run here, and just a nice tackle coming in, physical, but getting the ball. She's had a good first half, Emily Chura.
Indiana State, Friday night, their semifinal win, 4-0 versus the #6 seed Drake. Really showing, I think, that they're getting their attack to gel.
Well, they've made tremendous improvements from last year. I think they have some real quality freshmen, just starting from the goalkeeper and working your way up. You know, and Emily Reed herself with those 10 goals now has just been a fantastic player.
Kreutz on the corner kick for Tejada, couldn't win it. Very well defended by the Sycamores, who now look to counter, but cannot do so with that ball. Reed trying to turn it.
We talked about Indiana State just zoning the corner, Sean, and it's very difficult to do. And if you're Illinois State, you got to get a ball across the defender. You can't wait and try to out-jump her if she's in a standing position. If you make a hard run, you should beat her to the ball.
Olsen trying to win that, can't do it. And that's Olsen who commits the foul. Taylor Hancock 1v1, and she is fouled.
That's a place where Indiana State needs to be a little more patient. You got a free kick. There's no reason just to pump the ball wide and out of bounds and give Illinois State the ball back that quickly. You've got time, and you got to kind of pick your moments and manage your times in the game.
Gabby McArthur. Getting some confusion in the back. AJ Rodas trying to restore order. Sends it straight into her own bench over the touchline. Throwing again for McArthur. Clearly, you cannot panic defensively against Illinois State.
No, and I think it's easy to say, but because they bring great pressure and they've got pace. So if you're a defender and you take just a little too much time on the ball, you get caught. But that was a dead ball situation, and that's a time for your team to rest a little, get their breath back, organize, and look to play forward.
Kyla Cross, 1v2. Oh, that's a really smart ball. Dagny Olsen. Leinert lost her angle.
Great ball to Leinert, too, from Stinson, and she just needed to make a little quicker decision there.
Stinson. Tried to pick out Cross back post. That was for Cross, not Tejada. Suspicion of a handball, we play on. Suspicion of a foul, we play on.
Great tackle there.
And Stinson again.
What a great tackle from Gabby McAnton as Kate Johnson was off to the races.
This is Dagny Olsen, couldn't win it. Quickly up by Taylor Hancock. You see the pressure coming in waves of the attack. The #1 seed looking very dangerous, Allie Newsome. Now Kyla Cross. Opportunity and finished. Hannah Leinert, a yard off the goal line, 1-0.
What a great goal, Sean. And here's the tackle that really leads to keeping possession. Kate Johnson having a great battle in the middle, but this is a good tackle, and it turns the ball over, and it allows Illinois State to keep possession. Here's a look at the goal. Great run from Kyla Cross. We talked about how important it is. Cleared off the line, but sticking with it is Leinart, and that's what she does. She has a nose for goal. She's around the goal at all times, and a big goal for Illinois State after a lot of pressure.
13th of the season for the Missouri Valley Conference Freshman of the Year, Hannah Leinart. Second only on Illinois State to Rachel Tejada, who sits at 15. Drew Roth said the opening goal would be important. Erica True said it could be critical in this match, and the opening goal goes to the two-time defending MVC tournament champion, Illinois State. Looking for more.
Well, one thing with Indiana State, Sean, is they were 9-1 when they scored first. So very important for them to get that first goal. They've only had one win when they've come from behind, but there's a lot of game to play yet, and they've had a good start to this game.
Our scoring summary is a presentation of Casey's General Store. Casey's, famous for pizza. Hannah Leinert. Final second of the 26th minute. Opening goal of the match. 1-0. Illinois State leads Indiana State. Clearly, Dave, Illinois State not the type of school that's now going to sit back and be content 1-0.
No, they're definitely a Ferrari going forward. I think the thing here is just how that back four continues to manage. Right now, you're up 1-0. They've got to keep it solid in the back, and that's the place where if they had a weakness, that's the place where you might notice something.
Looking for the equalizer, Emily Chura. Chura! Well done by Newsom that comes 17 yards off of her goal line.
I can't tell you how well done that was, Sean. Just really reads the ball well. Erin Newsom comes off her line. If she doesn't, that's going to be in the back of the net. Take a look at this position here, and this is an excellent ball threaded through the defense. This is where they've had problems. This ball's in behind on the counter, and she gets out there early, takes a knock after the play as Abby Reed going for the ball, but just clips her a little bit. There's no way she could have stopped in time. She thought she might cough up the rebound. But boy, well read by Erin Newsom, and important that she plays well.
Today's MVC Scholar Athlete of the Match is Illinois State's Kyla Cross, a senior striker from Clinton Township, Michigan. Cross has 5 goals and 9 assists for a total of 19 points in the 2013 campaign. Cross has a 3.85 cumulative grade point average in exercise science. She's a 3-time All-Conference choice and was named the MVC Scholar Athlete of the Week on August 28th. Kyla Cross has done some good things in this match. Illinois State, that attacking 5. Cross, Leinert the goal scorer in this match, Tejada, Stinson, and Olsen. And Allie Newsom, as the holding midfielder, will join forward in that attack as well.
Yeah, she's really their ball winner in the middle, and especially this year, I think Stinson and, of course, Olsen have add a lot to the attack. So she's the one holder that diffuses the middle. And if you had to say they've had some weaknesses, once they lost Elise Williams, they really spent some time just struggling with the counterattack. So they seem to have shored that up for this game so far. They're doing a much better job of keeping their line in the back, Sean.
Kreutz to take this restart. Brianna Kreutz. That's well driven for Tejada. Now for Leinert. Pursuit of her second goal.
Kreutz hits a very good ball. I would like to see them once in a while, Sean, just play out of the back there. They've got such a skillful front attacking 5. And I don't think you always have to just drive a long ball, which is really into the strengths of Indiana State.
Ball whipped in. And those are the balls, Dave, obviously, that Indiana State has to do well to defend. As you see, the waves just keep on coming.
Driven balls give them a lot more problems. There you could see the missed clearance on that last one.
That away by Maggie Richard, first half sub.
They get such good runs off the ball from Tejada and Leinert. They just are moving, and it puts a lot of pressure on the defense to make a quality clearance.
The Carter from the throw-in. That's Leinert who was fouled. Over the top comes Maddie Orff. On the stroke of the half hour, Illinois State, the #1 seed, leading the #2 seed. Indiana State 1-0. Hannah Leinert, 13th of the season, coming in minute 26. Very well defended there by Richard. To the 18-yard box, Leinert!
Referee's going to call a touch there and give him a corner, but that just kind of squirted through a lot of people. I don't think the keeper ever saw it, and it just went wide. See here, she gets it off. It did get a touch. Great call from the referee. And if it doesn't get touched there, I think it might be in the side netting. Would have taken a great save by Brittany San Roman in any case.
Brianna Kreutz to take this corner kick. Cross standing 2 yards off of the goal line. Kreutz. from the outswinger. That attempt from Farkas, but well off target.
We talked about those long balls, Sean, and you can see those corners are really floating up in the air, and that just makes it that much more difficult for you to attack that ball. They've had success when they've been driving the crosses in. She needs to get a little less trajectory on that and just hit a little sharper ball on those crosses.
The attack continues to come. Here's Dagny Olsen for Tejada. Quickly sent away.
Excellent work from Olsen. Just getting down the line, getting her head up, cutting it back. Just the quality of that last pass, just a little bit out in front of the attacker. Look at Tejada making the run. This is what she does well, finding the space and just fanned on. She comes in a little bit late. A really good choice, just not the perfect quality on the ball.
Taylor Reed did very well tactically, positionally to send that ball out. That's something that has to happen. Balls in, they have to be sent right back out by the Sycamores today, Dave.
Well, once you get into the 18, you really need to go man for man. You saw a couple players from Indiana State zoning, and it's just not enough time to close the ball if they end up getting a shot off. So great job from Taylor Reed kind of getting in and looking for the trailing run and stopping the second chance from Illinois State.
Whistle blown by Doug Ferguson. Here's the restart for Indiana State. Should be Maddie Orff. 5 yards in front of the halfway line. Been virtually no wind today. Orff. Nicely struck by the right boot. Was won very well aerially by Farkas. Newsom. Newsom again. Shot not getting through off of Newsom as he was taken by Taylor Reed. Shura. See the pressure continuing to come. Maddie Orff, the defender stepping forward. That's Maddie Orff.
She's dangerous getting forward, and she's not afraid to take a shot. Maddie Orff has had a really solid first half. Look at her step inside and run at the defense. No one really closes her. She doesn't get all of it, but I don't mind that at all. Very good choice. If you're Illinois State, you got to be concerned. No one's stepping to the ball there.
Deep ball for Kate Johnson. Abby Reed crossing back post. Shura couldn't get that shot through. Sycamores, Dave, starting to get a little further forward in the attack. Closing stages, half number one.
Well, you're not going to go through a whole game not giving up chances, and I want you to watch two things here. Good service into the box. We talked about not being closed earlier. That's a great defensive play, but number 5, Abby Van Deventer, has just stepped out there and blocked the second shot there. And it's very important your defenders get out and close the opportunities.
Welch lifting that ball in, trying to cross, definitely not a shot. Easy for Aaron Newsom.
I think that was Stankowski that cleared the first header, and that was an excellent job with a on-rushing attacker.
Shura again forward. Van Deventer. Shura. And by Kreutz. Yeah, State has definitely turned up the volume here in the last few moments. Dagny Olsen. Tejada. Rachel Tejada. It's Tejada who commits the foul on Shelby Troyer, her marker. Very quickly on the restart for Indiana State.
Nice defensive work from Shelby Troyer, Sean. Just staying with it, not quitting on the play. Tejada so dangerous on those balls, those second balls especially.
Welch from Rodas crossing. Trying to pick out Kate Johnson, who is 2 steps behind that ball. Newsom looks so composed in her 18-yard box. Really commands the penalty area, Dave.
Both these keepers actually done a nice job reading the play, coming off their line. Newsom, you know, she doesn't get a, you know, obviously they risk a lot of players in the attack, so she doesn't get a lot of help on the counter.
Olsen. Leinert has the lone goal in this match. Farkas. Farkas still trying to win, and Farkas fouls Kayla Welch. So much talk about the attack of these two schools, but Dave, to your point, Erin Newsome, Brittany San Roman, the two goalkeepers, both had outstanding seasons.
I think that a lot of times the way Illinois State attacks, you don't hear a lot about their defenders or their goalie. And obviously she's had a very good season, because the few chances she's seen, she has to come up big, and that's always a lot more difficult on a goalkeeper. And you can't say enough about the freshman, San Roman. She just shows a great confidence and composure in there.
Indiana State head coach Erica True telling me yesterday in our pre-match talk that the first goal would be critical. And I will tell you, Dave, that the next goal, if there is a next goal, regardless of who gets it, is massive. Olsen's trying to get that next goal. Olsen! When the Missouri Valley Conference TV network takes its cameras on the road, it considers these properties its home away from home. These hotels consistently support the MVC TV network. Please call or visit the websites of these properties when making plans to follow your favorite team away from home. Off the ensuing goal kick from San Roman. '38th minute. Dave, if we get a goal closing stages of this half, it really swings the momentum. 2-0 is big for Illinois State. 1-1 really, I think, changes the whole outlook for Indiana State. Right now trying to make it 2-0. Leinert lost her angle. Just continual deep possession, though, from the #1 seed. Credit Indiana State. I think they're doing a nice job, Dave, of holding their shape.
Well, they're very solid defensively. I think they've given some problems. That little player that drops off gives Illinois State a little bit of problems, because they get deep and almost have a sweeper at times, and they've been reading all those balls in behind. So you haven't seen the penetration in behind the back line that you usually see with Illinois State.
Leinert from McCarter. Leinert trying to pick out Tejada. Leinert again, too strong for Tejada. Fairly nicely done away by Taylor Reed. She's done really well keeping her composure.
Yeah, they got away with one there, though. There's the ball Tejada played. She was hammered in the box after she released the ball. She wanted to foul, didn't get any help from the referee there.
Maggie Richard committing that foul. See, Farkas, the player, fouled. Shoulder challenge.
It was actually Leinert that had cut the ball back, and after she released it, she got dumped.
Kreutz. Dangerous ball all the way forward edge of the 6-yard box. You see why Kreutz takes the corner kicks, takes the free kicks, a very powerful leg. Ball just over the touchline.
Both these teams so much at stake, Sean. You're starting to see just get a little bit chippy. A lot of little stuff after the ball is played. And the referee's just going to have to settle the game down a little bit. That's just the adrenaline flowing right now.
It was Kylie Sumner who did very well to make sure that Indiana State won that throw-in, which they have. Taylor Welch will take the throw-in.
Drew Roth kind of harping on the fourth official for what we were just talking about. I think it's been a well-officiated game. Just both teams being very aggressive right now, and it's important that the referee keeps a tight handle on that.
I think Kayla Welch will take this throw-in for the Sycamores. She does so quickly. Indiana State feeling the urgency, no doubt. Very late half #1, 40th minute. Dave, interesting to see now the pacing, these final minutes of the first half for Illinois State. How aggressive will they be in search of a second goal?
I think they're always going to be aggressive, but it's important, and we talked about it when I was meeting with Coach Roth before the game, just how important it is that they have some patience in the game. You know, you can't play at 100 miles an hour the entire game. You've got to change the pace of the game at times and just know when to take the air out of the ball a little bit and when to go fast.
He definitely stressed that. A side has scored 25 goals in 8 victories coming into this match. 1 goal in the first half, yet stressing patience. It's the confidence that the goals will come. Kreutz. Headed for Leinart. And Leinert's 13th goal of this season, the difference on the score sheet.
See, Indiana State's made a little adjustment, and instead of just the one target person up top, and they brought in Bria Caldwell, they've really gone to 3 very high. So that's where a little bit of their extra pressure is coming, Sean.
McCarter on the throw-in. Difficult ball, well won by Ali Farkas. Farkas, the first half sub for the Redbirds, has done some good things since entering this match.
Cizik with a nice job stepping up there. She stepped in that holding midfield spot. She's doing a good job just kind of neutralizing that space.
Bria Caldwell. Back for Troyer. Troyer has to be careful. Has to be very careful with Tejada. Fair challenge play on as Tejada goes down.
Oh, it's great composure back there. She was under a lot of pressure, but she continued to keep her mentality and just try to play out of the back. And you got to admire this. Look at she's confident in her skills, even though she almost gets stripped there. And this is a good job of getting her body in the way. And Tejada, there's no quitting her. She puts a lot of pressure on those defenders.
Good job dropping back defensively, Van Deventer. Taylor Welch.
Got to compliment Troy here, Sean, just for having the confidence to try a good skill in the back. A lot of coaches would be freaking and wanting her to dump it, but I really admire the fact that she tried to play out there.
Rodas from the center circle, all the way back for Erin Newsome, no worries. Newsome. Here's Dagny Olsen. Olsen finding some space in the midfield.
She just to play wide a little bit quicker. She had a chance to play Leinart there, and she really wants to play centrally to Tejada.
Farkas lifting in for Leinart. Tejada searching for that ball, couldn't win it. Way by Maggie Richard. 44th minute, 1-0 in favor of Illinois State. Looking for the 3rd consecutive Missouri Valley Conference Tournament Championship. 3rd straight time to the NCAAs as the MVC representative. So a lot of soccer left to be played in this match. These schools very capable of scoring multiple goals, erasing a 1-0 deficit. Definitely is the description of Indiana State. It's Illinois State getting the better of the run of play through much of this first half. Back in the 18-yard box comes Leinart.
Well, that might have been the first mistake Maddie Orff made the entire half, as she just did a little too much with the ball that time. Beat a couple players, but finally lost it to the 3rd one, and that almost caused a counterattack chance for Illinois State. So important if you're Indiana State to get in at least 1-0 at the half, if not be able to tie it.
Looking for one more scoring opportunity. Won't come there. Olsen couldn't find that. Cross trying to pick her out.
Need a little extra focus right now.
The Kreutz throw in. Dangerous ball in front, side netting.
Can't tell you how many games I've coached, Sean, where that last 5 minutes and a half so difficult to keep your focus of your team.
4, 3, 2, 1.
San Roman won't take the goal kick. 45 minutes up, 45 minutes down. Hannah Leinart, 13th goal of the season, and that is the difference through half number 1. Illinois State, I think after a relatively and surprisingly slow start, really commanded Dave the run of play really doing well with the attack.
Well, no question, and they're going to do that in periods. But if you're Indiana State, you feel pretty good about the 1-0 score line, even though you're down. You did want the first goal, but I think you've had your chances, and it's only going to take one of those counters to get back behind. So it's still a very tight game right now. I think Illinois State would have liked to be a little more ahead than 1-0 at half.
Illinois State looking for their 9th consecutive victory. They've been in outstanding form. Let's now check in with head coach Drew Roth of Illinois State. It's today's St. Charles Convention Visitors Bureau plans for the second half. Coach, you and I talked. You said the first goal would be big but not massive. You still feel the same way?
Well, since it's the only goal, I guess it's a big one. Both teams had some chances, and we'll take it. 45 minutes to go. Just have to play a little bit better, I think.
Coach, do you feel if you're going to go into your team at halftime, what do you feel is important to say to them to start the second half?
Maintain our composure and get the ball on the ground and keep it moving. I think if we do that, we're a little more patient. I think we're going to get some good chances. If we try to, play too fast and try to panic a little bit and get in the back and forth, we can get ourselves in trouble. So just stay composed, stay calm, play our soccer, and if we get a good chance, let's put it away.
Drew, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Drew Roth, head coach of Illinois State. Our chat with the coaches is brought to you by the St. Charles, Missouri Convention and Visitors Bureau. When making plans to attend the 2014 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Championship, March 13 through 16, go to historicstcharles.com. Call 1-800-366-2427. Stay with us. We're back from Evansville, Indiana, halftime. The 2013 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Championship Final. It is 1-0. Illinois State, the #1 seed, leads the #2 seed, Indiana State Sycamores. Hannah Leiner, 13th goal of the season. That is the difference. This is the Missouri Valley Conference.
You like to keep your family healthy and fit, and now there's a new way to do the same for your dog. Introducing new Purina Dog Chow Light and Healthy. It's a no sacrifices, calorie light way to keep him trim, with a deliciously tender and crunchy kibble blend he'll love, and 22% fewer calories than dog chow. Discover the lighter side of strong. New Purina Dog Chow Light and Healthy.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
You're with us on an absolutely gorgeous Midwest autumn
That's
afternoon.
Awesome.
It is the final of the 2013 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Championship with Dave Durham, Sean Wheelock through the opening half. Illinois State, in quest of their 3rd consecutive MVC tournament championship, leads the #2 seed Indiana State 1-0. Dave, very attractive first half from both sides.
Well, you got to credit both teams for really playing open, Sean, going end to end. I think it was an exciting first half for the fans. I'm sure the coaches would have preferred to maybe make a few more goals and make it a little easier. I know, especially Erica True, she's got a baby on the way. I'm sure she doesn't need any more stress.
Definitely, I think the stress will come in both sides looking for that next goal. Dave, obviously a huge turning point if there is a second goal. Miles and miles of difference between Illinois State leading 2-0 and Indiana State coming back to level this match 1-1 in half number 2.
Well, obviously, you know what they say about soccer. Sometimes that 2-0 lead is one of the worst. But at 1-1, I think that both teams would feel like they're restarting the game. So I think it's a more critical goal for Indiana State than it is Illinois State. Illinois State, I got to feel, came out of that half and feels like, well, if we just put a couple more of that chances away, we'd be winning this game handily.
We are closing in on the second half kickoff. We will also speak before the second half with Indiana State head coach Erica True. 1-0. Illinois State leads Indiana State. You are watching the MVC.
You want affordable healthcare coverage that helps cover rising medical costs, and that's exactly what you'll get with Coventry Healthcare. We offer comprehensive, affordable plans for your family or business. Visit CoventryHealthcare.com or text wellness to 74574. Health, wellness, Coventry Healthcare.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
Nationally ranked program sees more than 6,000 kids with heart problems each year. We treat them in St. Louis's only state-of-the-art suite that allows us to diagnose and operate in one place. And we have the region's top 2 pediatric heart surgeons. Each day, our heart team comes together to heal kids, one heart at a time. Having the best. Another way our love for kids just keeps on growing.
In the insurance business, you think differently about a customer when you stand in the middle of his dreams. When she serves you breakfast every Saturday morning. When his son plays on the same team as your son. When you live down the street from your customers, you make sure they get covered right. And you make sure you're there when they need you. That's the way it's done around here. Grinnell Mutual, a policy of working together. To find a Grinnell Mutual agent near you, go to grinnellmutual.com.
You could fly to Venice or Paris or even Copenhagen. You could fly all over the world. But why? When you could just come to St. Louis. Your trip begins at ExploreSt.Louis.com.
You want affordable healthcare coverage that helps cover rising medical costs, and that's exactly what you'll get with Coventry Healthcare. We offer comprehensive, affordable plans for your family or business. Visit CoventryHealthcare.com or text wellness to 74574. Health, wellness, Coventry Healthcare.
Hannah Leinert entered this match with 12 goals. Will number 13 prove to be the match winner and send Illinois State through to their third consecutive MVC tournament championship and their third straight berth in the NCAA tournament? Let's now look at our halftime stats. It's a production of Hilton Garden Inn, the preferred hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference in Evansville, Indiana.
Well, you see the most important stat, Sean, the score 1-0 for the Redbirds, but shots on goal, look at that, 4-3 for Indiana State. I think they got to like that game, fairly even with quality chances. 4 saves for the Redbirds. Newsom came up very big, but the corners for the Redbirds, obviously them controlling some of the play. Very physical game, 8 cautions for Illinois State versus only 4 for Indiana.
Call 812-476-4000 or visit dunhospitality.com to book your hotel rooms on your next trip to Evansville, Indiana. Hey everyone, welcome back to this MVC Women's Soccer Championship Final. He's Dave Durr, I'm Sean Wheelock. So Dave, I was talking coming into this segment about going for 3 straight. But for Indiana State, I think relatively they have to feel good about their chances. Just down 1-0. They've gotten a lot of goals this season. They still think we can win this, our first ever MVC trophy.
Well, the positive is they've had some quality chances on the counter. I think that plays very well to the way that they want to play. They've taken those chances well, taken some big saves from Newsom to keep the score 1-0. The negative is they have only won 1 game all season when they've been down or let in the first goal. So I think they got to be happy the way they're going in a half, keep that positive attitude, and continue to attack Illinois State on the counterattack.
Dave, opening 15 minutes, half number 2, what do you expect from both schools?
Well, I think Illinois State on the other side is going to come and try to put the pedal to the middle and finish this game off. They know if they get the second goal, they can hope Indiana State's going to drop a little bit. Indiana State, of course, has got to stop that.
When we return the other side of this commercial break, we will speak to Indiana State head coach Erica True, and then it's the second half. 1-0 through the opening half. Illinois State leads Indiana State. This is the MVC.
You like to keep your family healthy and fit. And now there's a new way to do the same for your dog. Introducing new Purina Dog Chow Light and Healthy. It's a no sacrifices, calorie light way to keep him trim. With a deliciously tender and crunchy kibble blend he'll love. And 22% fewer calories than dog chow. Discover the lighter side of strong. New Purina Dog Chow Light and Healthy.
Jeepers, it's the creeper!
What do we do now? It's a mystery.
I know. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Zoinks! It's Lucy, like our favorite State Farm agent lady.
Hi, gang. I'll handle it. And that's not really a monster.
Mr. Carswell!
You meddling kids. State Farm takes the mystery out of dealing with insurance. Get to a groovier state.
Grind virtually any kind of food waste into an unending source of electrical power for a city? When Emerson takes up the challenge, it's never been done before, simply becomes consider it solved. Emerson.
Departure, arrival, search, post, chat, check in. New foods, new fun, new favorites. All right, new client. Don't stop there. Explore, discover, connect, grow, celebrate, work, live, play. Breathe. At Hilton Garden Inn, we know you'll love our cook-to-order breakfast, first-rate service, and award-winning amenities. So count on us to give you all the ways to make the most of every stay. Hilton Garden Inn Evansville, the official hotel partner of the Missouri Valley Conference.
The second half is almost upon us, but right now, time to check in with head coach Erica True of Indiana State for today's St. Charles Convention and Visitors Bureau. Plans for the second half.
Coach, first of all, congratulations on the new True on its way here soon. And I want to first ask you one real easy question, and just tell us what you told the girls at halftime, how you felt the first half went, and what you're going to do to adjust in the second half. I think Coach is having just a little trouble hearing us.
Dave, people never have trouble hearing you. How
I know.
about that?
Usually they can just hear me live from the window.
So we apologize for the technical difficulties with Indiana State head coach Erica True. Our chat with the coaches is brought to you by the St. Charles, Missouri Convention and Visitors Bureau. When making plans to attend the 2014 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Championship, March 13th through 16th, go to historicstcharles.com. You can also call 800-366-2427.
I was saving that new True line for the whole half, and she didn't even get to hear it, Sean.
Well, I'm sure Erica True would have said, let's be very, very positive. They have to be. Coventry Healthcare and Aetna Company proudly presents the second half of this 2013 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Championship title match with Dave Durr. I'm Sean Wheelock. Illinois State, the #1 seed, leading 1-0. They're in the all-black strips here in the second half, attacking from the left to the right. The #2 seed, Indiana State Sycamores, looking to win the rematch of this 2012 MVC Women's Soccer Tournament Championship final. Half #2, they are attacking from the right to the left. They are, of course, in the all-white kits.
Well, I got a feeling if Coach True had a chance to talk to us, she'd be saying that we got to weather the storm the first 15 minutes here. You know Illinois State is going to try to come and get that second goal, and then let's do what we've been doing best, which is continue to expose those spaces wide and quick on the transition in the counter.
If you were not with us for the first half, you missed Hannah Leinert's finish. Just a yard off of the goal line. Cool, clinical finish from the MVC Freshman of the Year, her 13th of the season. That stands right now as the lone goal in this match. Illinois State with Anna Stinson. Sycamores looking to get things going across the halfway line. Natalie Vaught. Fighting hard for the ball, Maddie Orff, who had a really good first half. One thing clearly, Dave, Indiana State needs more production from their three strikers during the regular season as well as through the semifinals. Reed, Johnson, Vaught combining for 19 goals.
Yeah, and I think that they've been involved, but they've had a lot of trouble getting the ball to Kate Johnson. She just has been surrounded every time she's received the ball, and they just haven't been able to play her and get her to hold the ball and allow Reed to get more involved.
Long searching ball from Kyla Cross looking for Tejada. MVC Player of the Year as a freshman, as a sophomore, and again this season as a junior.
That's excellent composure once again from Shelby Troyer. She did that in the first half, and she's not afraid to use her skill to play out of the back, and that's very difficult against a player like Tejada, who's excellent on pressure in those back line.
Krutz doing well, working hard to win that throw-in. This will be taken by Sarah Stankowski. Long run up the line for Cross. Here's Abby Reed. Led her school 10 goals. She had to get a really good, clean look at target, though, in this match. Chura, who had a nice first half in the midfield. Won by Stinson. McCarter pushing forward from the left back position. Out for a corner kick. Corners for the #1 seed, taken by Rihanna Krutz, who has a very strong leg. Setting up the right-footed in-swinger. High, ball drifting. Nicely defended by Rodas, headed that out. Still the pressure. Kreutz. Right back in. This time away by Taylor Hancock. Good ball to counter on now for Indiana State. Vaught. Natalie Vaught. Hard challenge, fair challenge by Taylor Hancock. Newsom.
Now the first part for Indiana State, very good, Sean. They got the ball up to Johnson. She laid it wide again, and that's what we wanted to see, but just a loss of possession in the middle, really unpressured. They got to do a better job of just keeping a little possession.
Huge pressure for Rodas in central defense leads to this. Trying to play through Leinert. 2-0. Hannah Leinert, second of the match.
Well, this is an excellent finish from Hannah Leinert, but you got to say this is all Rachel Tejada. I mean, she just uses her strength here. And this is what's surprising about that little pistol right there. Watch this. She strips the defender, gets inside, and she's being grabbed, tugged. The referee does a great job of letting it play on and just slotted in the far post by Hannah Leinert. She just finished it well, but that's all Rachel Tejada, just drawn in the defense, and that left Hannah Leinert wide open. Nothing really that anyone could do once the ball was slotted to Leinert.
Second of the match for Hannah Leinert, now 14 on the season. Trailing Rachel Tejada for the school lead this year by just 1 goal. So 29, yes, 29 combined goals between Leinert the freshman and Tejada the junior.
And once Tejada beat Troyer, Maddie Orff had to come inside, and that just left Leinert completely open. So just great work from Rachel Tejada.
Said the next goal would be massive. I'll stand by that statement. Olsen looking for 3-0 on that cross. And it was Leinert in search of the hat trick.
Good job coming out there by Brittany San Román.
Our scoring summary is a presentation of Casey's General Store. Casey's, famous for pizza. So Leinert, call that minute number 50. Second of the match, has both goals in this final. 2-0, Illinois State now leads Indiana State.
Very important now, Sean. Indiana State just keeps their composure. This first 5 minutes after a goal, very critical for both teams. And I can't tell you how often you hear coaches say that 2-0 lead is one of the worst in soccer. If you give up a goal 2-1, the momentum just completely changes, and it kind of takes the wind out of your sails a little bit. If you get that third one, it kind of puts the other team away.
Well, I think it's clear for Erica True and Indiana State, they know they cannot afford to go down 3-0. Shura. So the question then, Dave, how aggressively do you get looking to make it 2-1, knowing that you're going to be wide open for counters?
I think you got to be very aggressive here. Chura's had a good first half, and you've got to continue to move off the ball. Illinois State will give up a few goals in the back line if you go at them. So, you know, you can't sit and wait and hope it stays 2-0. You got to take some risks now.
Leinert on a very hard collision with Rodas. Play on from referee Doug Ferguson. You see Rodas still down. Ferguson blows his whistle. Top of your screen, you can see that the clock is stopped.
Two very physical tackles. Leinert involved in both of them. This last one just cleared out. She comes in straight-legged, even though she gets a little piece of the ball. She's got her leg extended. Little surprised there wasn't a foul there, but no intent. She's just going for the ball. Sometimes your momentum gets the best of you.
Clock officially stopped, 52nd minute. Still a lot of soccer to be played. There's definitely a way back for Indiana State. But clearly, if there's a next goal, they need to score it.
Rodas definitely getting the worst of that, Sean. She just was planted. It's very difficult when you're playing, the other player's coming forward. She always ends up following through you.
Molly McKee. Orff. Vicious ball forward for Kate Johnson.
Not a bad idea, though, but what's amazing to me and what's most impressive about Illinois State is just the way their front five pressure. When you're a back, and you get the ball, you feel like you have no time. I mean, they pressure like defenders. They do such a good job of really winning that ball in the other team's defensive third.
Troyer from Hancock. Trying to find Molly McKee, getting aggressive, pushing forward from the left back position. Time definitely to get aggressive with your defenders. Pushing forward, overlapping runs. This is a throw into Illinois State. Illinois State entering 8 straight without a loss. So into this run of form, 9th match, 18th half, 27 goals scored, just 3 conceded. That's amazing, Dave. Looking for another. Looking for the hat trick. Leinert rounds the keeper. She has the hat trick. Illinois State has 3-0.
Well, this is the problem when you're trying to push forward, because you get that back line higher and it just leaves spaces in behind, and Illinois State has players that know what to do with that, that's for sure. Take a look here, and they're trying to press defensively, and that's just a great ball to split the defenders from Anna Stinson. I mean, excellent vision. The run off the ball from Leinert, perfect. It just timed perfectly, so she's not offside. Touches around the keeper. Keeper can't do much there because she'd have to take the foul or a handball out of the box, and she'd be out of the game. So that was just at the edge of the box where she couldn't come out and take it with her hands.
Hannah Leinert makes Missouri Valley Conference history. That is the first hat trick in the history of the MVC Women's Soccer Tournament Championship Finals. 3-0. Leinert in the 26th minute, in the 50th minute, and again 4 minutes later.
How many people, Sean, would like to have a freshman with 15 goals on the season? It's really amazing.
Those 15 goals now draws her equal with Rachel Tejada for the Illinois State team lead. Our scoring summary is a presentation of Casey's General Store. Casey's, famous for pizza. Hannah Leinert today, at least around the Illinois State campus, she's going to be famous for being a natural-born finisher. Drew Roth has to feel pretty good about the fact that Leinert's only a freshman, and hard to believe Tejada, 3-time reigning MVC Player of the Year, is just a junior. True to their form, Illinois State looking for 4-0 rather than thinking about backing off and trying to protect 3-0. They're definitely a momentum side, and here's Indiana State on the counterattack, desperately trying to change that momentum. Chura trying in vain to get through.
It's a great run from Chura, too. She just needs to release that ball a little bit earlier. She had Orff on the whiff, and as soon as the defender commits to you, if she slides that ball out wide, I think Indiana State has a good chance at the attack there.
McCarter from Olsen. McCarter, long searching ball for Tejada. Kyla Cross trying to find it. She does. Cross. Real fluidity now from the Redbirds in the attack.
Indiana State just getting a little frustrated. You know, it's hard when you feel like the other team is just really coming physical at you. But keep their composure here and see if they can't get one to get back in it.
Corner kick to be taken by Rihanna Kreutz. Kreutz deep to the back post. Very well sent away by Taylor Reed. Over the top and out for a goal kick.
And good defending from Taylor Reed. Just needed someone to close that second ball. You don't want to let people at the top of the 18 have a free second shot. Zone kind of stayed inside 12 yards there.
San Roman beaten 3 times today. Again, coming into this match, Indiana State just playing outstanding soccer, unbeaten in 6 with just 2 goals conceded. And that run of 6 straight came after their 2-1 loss home to Illinois State. Found great form, but again, running into the buzzsaw that is the 2-time defending MVC Women's Soccer Tournament champions. Redbirds now closing in on 3 straight, but they're not to the finish line. Drew Roff certainly knows Dave. You know, as the former winningest head coach in Major League Soccer, you have to keep your composure regardless of the scoreline when you're in a final.
Well, especially now, I think if you're Illinois State, you got to keep your balance. Just make sure that you don't give up any easy ones on the counter while you continue to get players forward, play the style that you're so accustomed to.
Troyer may have just saved a goal there on that ball in front of Kyla Cross. Cross, the first team All-MVC player, in the shadow of Tejada and Liner, but she's had a brilliant season. Befitting that first team All-MVC status, has 5 goals. She's just been an outstanding support player, so many smart runs, drawing defenders away from Tejada and Liner.
Well, the one thing, they play a little unbalanced. So you see Liner and Tejada always in the middle, and Cross will stay kind of wide on the right, not getting as much to goal, sacrificing herself to get a good cross in. Her name kind of fits her abilities, as when she's wide, you pretty much know she's going to find a way to get in service.
Stinson, high and deep, difficult on that cross. San Roman had to keep her concentration. She did. She saw the ball hit the top of the net.
A lot of good young players on this Illinois State team, and I think one of the people that you haven't heard a lot about is Stinson. We've been watching her for 4 years. She's been an excellent player on this team and maybe had a larger role through the years and was a little quiet in the semifinal for me. Well, she stepped up again here today, and looks like Deanna Stinson I'm used to seeing.
McCarter from the goal kick. Apparently sends that over the touchline. AJ Rodas with the throw in. Rodas. Sycamores continuing to show fight, show determination. Regardless of the outcome, they've had an outstanding season. Second straight appearance in this tournament final. Number 2 in the regular season, thus earning this number 2 seed in the tournament. Troyer. Dave, from a coach's perspective, it's let's just try to find 1 goal, not worry about scoring 3 in a minute. Let's find the first, and then we'll find the second and the third.
No question. I think you probably want to take a little bit more risk, especially with your outside backs and your players that are more supportive players from deeper positions. But you want to keep your balance. You know, if you get too wide open, then you're going to end up at 6-0 instead of 3-0.
Hard on the run.
We talked about the importance, Sean, in the pregame of Abby Reed and Kate Johnson holding the ball and giving Reed a chance to get off of her own. We really haven't called Abby Reed's name a lot, especially in the second half. They've got to find a way to get her in behind.
Again, Reed with 10 goals, Johnson 8 goals, and both have had relatively quiet afternoons in this final. Nicely cut by Dagny Olsen. Couldn't cut again. That's Olsen fouling Taylor Hancock.
This is the kind of stuff you got to just watch out for. She really has no chance to get the ball and continues to follow through. Not a lot of contact there, which is probably why she didn't get the yellow card. But when a player knows she's not going to get the ball and just continues, she should feel pretty fortunate the referee didn't hand her a yellow then.
Referee Doug Ferguson has done a really nice job in this match, really letting it flow and breathe. It's all coaches want, isn't it, Dave? Just let the match flow. Don't over-officiate.
The coaches just want every call and everything to go your own way. But that's the nature of coaching.
Really no controversial calls. No yellow cards, certainly no reds.
No, he's done a great job today, just allowing, as you said, the game to play and flow. I think that there hasn't been, I mean, both these teams play hard. They play very hard, but it hasn't been dirty. And I think that's the key to the game. The referees allowed the game to have some contact and still be played properly.
That was an increasingly rare touch by the Illinois State goalkeeper, Erin Newsom. Key for her to keep her concentration. Not seeing a lot of pressure coming her way. Maybe some pressure here. Abby Reed. Reed trying to cross, trying to find Johnson. That shot getting through, talking about keeping on the intensity. Good shot by Chura, kept it low. Newsom, quality save, diving to her left.
Emily Chura's had a fantastic game, Sean, but there you got an idea of when Abby Reed can get involved, how dangerous can be. And really, that was a quality chance. And if someone's a little alert to follow up the rebound, you might have a goal there for Indiana State. And at this point in the game, I think if there's a shot on goal and you're Indiana State, players better be following up and getting in there and pressuring the keeper. That's your chance to really get back in the game.
Rodas. Back for Katrine Baker.
Illinois State has done a really good job on Johnson, just kind of double teaming her, so that entry ball into her feet that they're so used to playing hasn't been allowed. And very well coached just to kind of squeeze that ball and not give them any space to play Kate Johnson.
Taylor Hancock off the head of McCarter. Vaught. Natalie Vaught looking for the return on the one touch from Kate Johnson. A little more ambitious now from the number 2 seed.
This is what you wanted to see earlier, just getting the ball wide and getting early crosses in. Putting that back line for Illinois State under a little bit more pressure.
And the attack opens up this counterattack. Tejada!
Illinois State, number 14, Rachel Tejada.
Now this is just a desperate chance there, but take a look at the recovery there. If she doesn't get a piece of Tejada here, just really an excellent job by Molly McKee of just getting a piece of the last second, forcing Tejada to put over the bar. If she quits on that play, which easily you can do at 3-0, Tejada's putting that away and it's 4. Nice job by Molly McKee there.
Not sure if there's a way back, Dave, for 3-0 Illinois State. Trying to keep their composure and trying to absolutely end all suspense with 4-0. And you know Tejada wants a goal.
Well, Tejada doesn't want that freshman tied with her. She wants to take that goal lead for Illinois State, that's for sure. She's that kind of competitor.
Talked about it earlier in our broadcast. Obviously, as a coach, you want your goal scorers to be a little bit selfish. Nothing wrong with that. That's why they're goal scorers and not playmakers.
No question. It's a fine line, but, you know, half of that is just the maturity to get your head up and still see the field when there is an opportunity to play, but look into the goal first.
Another shot from Chura. Deep on the cross. Reed couldn't find the angle on that header. Difficult ball. Better penetration, Taylor Hancock. Olsen. Abby Reed. Reed offside.
I like that they're trying to get the ball wide and find it early. Maybe Abby Reed here can spread the defender out a little bit. She's coming inside very early. Just come a little more out to the touchline. Give yourself some more space to operate. She's got great pace, and I think 1v1, you'd like your chances.
And off the head of Hancock. See the immediate control of possession from Illinois State. The number 1 seed cruising now. 3 goals, 2 in this half, all 3 from Hannah Leinert. Sarah Stankowski with the throw-in. On the Indiana State throw-in, Nelly Ardiolo. Again, Ardiolo. Tried to pick out Bria Caldwell. Illinois State simply too swarming defensively and swarming in the attack. Olsen. Down the line for Tejada. Smart ball. Tejada. Farkas. 4-0. Off the substitutes bench and into the back of the net for Allie Farkas.
But we talked about Indiana State getting a little too deep at times, and that means you got to take your long-range shots, and that's just a perfect shot to the side netting. Tejada with great awareness, just getting the ball switched so they can't close quick enough. Defender a little bit late getting out there, but excellent finish. Nothing the keeper can do there. Actually hits the inside of the post and glances in. What an excellent finish from Allie Farkas.
Her second of the season. 4-0, and the number 1 seed Illinois State Redbirds fully cruising now. The hat trick from Hannah Leinart. Goal number 4 of this match from Allie Farkas. Everything now going right for Drew Roff's side, Dave.
Yeah, they've played an excellent game, and I think they're just such a difficult team.
Tejada for 5-0. That's a fantastic save. San Roman showing that she is still very much fighting in this match.
Just a little fortunate there as that ball had beaten her and comes off the defender. Take a look at Rodas here. She recovers, and it just hits her in the leg. They don't really take the pedal off, do they, Sean?
Molly McKee. That's over the touchline. Our scoring summary is a presentation of Casey's General Store. Casey's, famous for pizza. Allie Farkas, goal, second of the season, minute 66. 4-0. Illinois State leads Indiana State. Last year's final, Illinois State defeated Indiana State 5-1. Free kick now. Brianna Kreutz. She may go for goal with this on the right foot. Kreutz lifting near post, tipped off the crossbar, spilled it in. Kyla Cross will claim it, and it's 5-0. Kreutz on a difficult ball, parried by the goalkeeper, Brittany San Roman, underside of the crossbar, down, and Cross gets the finish.
It was a great ball in, and the keeper has tough time dealing with it, just tips it off the crossbar, but excellent second chance there for Cross, is staying with it and getting that second ball. Indiana State not really marking well. They've got to stay with the play. Got caught ball watching, and Brittany San Roman suffers.
Illinois State mascot obviously jubilant on that goal. Kayla Cross, her 6th of the season. 2 minutes after Farkas makes it 4-0, Cross makes it 5-0.
You can see how difficult it is to play this Illinois State team, Sean. Just, they keep coming at you no matter what you're doing. They're not too worried on the defensive end. So you take those risks forward, and right away the ball comes right back at you. And they've got so many weapons. You just seem like you're never with a free second.
Again, our scoring summary is a presentation of Casey's General Store. Casey's, famous for pizza. If you felt like you've heard that a lot in the second half, it's because you have. 4 second-half goals for Illinois State. Leinart was the lone goal in half number 1. That came in minute 26. Then Leinart, minutes 50, 54. Farkas, minute 66. Cross, minute 68. Lifting forward. Nicely done. Tricky ball for San Roman. Sort of half shot, half service there.
Shot Illinois State number 66, Rihanna Cruz. The save by Indiana State, double-zero.
Dave, if you're on the substitutes bench right now for Indiana State, are you thinking, get me in this match, let me make a difference? If you're out there on the field right now, what is your mindset as a player?
Well, I think right now, you know, it's about stop the bleeding. And I think that at this point, I think if you're Indiana State, you continue to work hard. Just try to get that one goal at a time. That's all you can do, but you got to have pride now. And this means making sure that it's not a free-for-all for Illinois State, battling for every ball 50-50. This is all about your pride and your mentality right now. And they haven't quit fighting. I don't think we've seen any of that. I mean, this is a team with so many weapons. It's just easy to drop a bunch of coaching points of ways to shut them down. But, you know, when you're out on that field and the other team has the horses that Illinois State has, it's just a difficult task.
8 goals now in the last 2 matches for Illinois State, 30 in the last 9 matches. And this match number 9 of this string not yet over, minute 71. You see the Redbirds looking for more, trying to reach the half-dozen mark. On the throw-in, Cross, who scored the last goal. Kyla Cross Tight defending 1v1. Nicely done by Ardiolo. Right back by Olsen. Cross. Very, very dangerous ball for Liner, who looking for her 4th goal of the match. Kreutz, who's had a really nice match. Outstanding with the set pieces. Taylor Hancock. You can see the level of commitment, the level of pride from the Sycamores, Dave. They're not quitting.
No, they could have easily bunkered it in. You got to credit them for coming in here and trying to play with Illinois State.
Tejada across the face of goal. I think she was shooting. I don't think she was trying to find Liner. Nearly an impossible angle with the right foot. That's Leinert, who was fouled by Molly McKee outside of the penalty area, so a free kick awarded minute 72. Kreutz. Dangerous ball just over the crossbar. She was going for the half dozen with that. Today's date in Missouri Valley Conference history focuses on the title match of the 2002 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Tournament. It was played at Sportport in Maryland Heights, Missouri. November 10th, 2002, Creighton's Kellen Brill scored the lone goal of the match. It came in the 100th minute as the Blue Jays defeated Illinois State 1-0 in extra time to win the league championship. 1 goal in that match in 2002. Here in 2013, 5 goals, all going to Illinois State. Counting down now to their 3rd straight Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship. You see the change for Indiana State with the goalkeeper, Abby Keller, coming in, making her 6th appearance of the season. She's conceded 8 goals.
And we can't really blame Brittany San Marman for this game. It's been one of those games where she's been under the gun the entire game, but good choice for the referee to get her. Good choice for Coach Drew to get another keeper in, just allow her to settle down a little bit. They've actually alternated these keepers a big portion of the season.
From Losing, this is Caldwell. Caldwell trying to cut Kreutz. Fighting for the corner kick, and it does not come. Gabby McCarter. Losing. That's a dangerous ball in front. Unable to turn, though, and make the run is Abby Reed.
Excellent ball. I don't think Abby Reed was expecting that. She really did it from a tackle, that cross from a tackle. So just got to be really on your toes right now and be ready to pounce on anything that comes to even a half chance.
Illinois State closing in on their 5th ever Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship. And again, this would be 3 straight. It's a phenomenal accomplishment for Drew Roff and his players. Full credit to Erica True, taking over this program. She's in her 5th season, getting the Sycamores to back-to-back finals. She feels very good about the young players, feels that this is definitely a side that's going to continue to grow, continue to improve with their results, Dave.
Well, I think you see it in their record, and they're well coached, they're well organized. You know, they have a lot of youth out there, and they don't quite have the Tejadas there that are the senior players that are, you know, still scoring those goals. So they built it over time, and I think you're going to see them in a lot of championship finals in the NBC over the next 4 years.
Here's McCarter. Gabby McCarter. Throw in taken too quickly, will be taken again. Because first the substitution. Kerry Kujawa now on. You see the exiting Rachel Tejada. Almost impossible to think that Illinois State would score 5 goals in this final and Tejada would not be a goal scorer. Still, she's such a dangerous presence. She draws defenders with her runs.
Well, everything connects through her, and one of the things if you were Indiana State, you wanted to do was deny her the ball and the connection. And they weren't able to do that today, and I think that's why you see the score is 5-0. And, you know, to say you want to deny her the ball is easy to do, but that's very difficult. She just moves so well off the ball and reads the spaces so well.
Restart for the #1 seed. Brianna Kreutz. Minute 77. Kreutz, that's very well struck. One aerial lead by Maggie Richard.
I think, Sean, you got to say Illinois State looking like they're going to move on to the NCAAs for sure. And I think this is going to be an exciting team for the NBC to watch. Just a team that can really represent them well. They have the horses to compete with anyone up front. And if they can do a good job defensively, I think this is a team that can go far.
Again, when they've scored now 30 goals in their last 9 matches, all victories, Drew Roth has to feel pretty good about his chances of going deep in the NCAAs. Winner goes through is the sole Missouri Valley Conference representative.
Substitutions for Indiana State for
Taylor Welch is throwing for the Sycamores. Take you back to the opening stages of this match. And really, Dave, through the first 5 minutes, it was Indiana State getting the vast majority of the meaningful possession, attacking well, really dropping Illinois State back. Once they settled in, they started to control, get their chances. 26-minute Leinart opening goal of the match, 1-0 at halftime, and Illinois State has just simply put the hammer down here in half number 2 with their attack. Johnson. Maggie Richard. Dave, the flip side of that potent attack for Illinois State, defensively they've been solid. Newsom has had literally nothing to do here in the second half.
Yeah, she came out well with a couple big saves early, though. You got to remember that actually Indiana State outshot Illinois State in the first half. May not be indicative of the quality of chances, but it was definitely a much more even first half. Once they got that second goal, the game has really had to open up for Indiana State, and that allows Illinois State to get those horses running, as we said.
Newsom, a big save in the second half, diving to her left. Taking that goal kick, but mainly she's been yelling, directing traffic in front of her. Watching balls flying to the back of the net across the pitch. Molly McKee. I really appreciate the effort, how quickly McKee takes that throw in down 5-0. Showing a lot of character right now, Indiana State. Credit to Erica True, credit to her players. Dave, let's talk about Drew Roth. 7th season as head coach of Illinois State. He is turning this program into a dynasty here in the MVC.
Well, you can't be complimentary enough. I mean, since his first year, he's come in and really upgraded the talent level on this team and become a dominant force, really. They are, you know, the Virginia of the men's soccer and the ACC. They're the Virginia in the MVC right now, and I think that this is a team that the rest of the conference just has to try to emulate and continue to get those young players in. It's amazing how many good young players are in this conference right now, and I think that it's going to get a lot more competitive before it goes the other way. But he has done a fantastic job.
San Roman. I beg your pardon, it's Keller. The deputy goalkeeper has come in the second half, replacing Brittany San Roman.
Of course, it's not bad when you have a Rachel Tejada there to take you 4 years through. You know that's going to be a pretty quality 4 years for any team.
And a Leinart. Sizek off off the woodwork. The second ball that's hit the woodwork in this match. Quickly forward by Vaught. Illinois State literally inches away from a half dozen goals in this match.
Well, there's been no quitting this Indiana State team, but there's also been no stopping the Illinois State team. They just continue to go to goal. I don't think they know any other way to take the pedal off the gas.
Losing, Natalie Vaught, down and up. Vaught once more after touch by Kate Johnson. Vaught, nothing there on that cross.
Well, this is almost number 6. She does a nice job turning. No one closes her, but hits the post. Nothing the keeper was going to do there. Very fortunate that just went a little bit high. So Isaac has come in and given some quality play off the bench.
Carter waits to take this throw in. This time a throw in for Indiana State. Carter winning that aerially. Losing. Match predictably slowing down now. In the final stages, minute 83, 5-0 Illinois State leads Indiana State. Masterful for performance for the Redbirds in half number 2. 4 goals scored. And the 4 goals coming in a span of 18 minutes.
And really the first half much closer than the score, Sean, but it's been all the Redbirds in the second half.
Look at McCarter coming forward from the left back position, and she wins the corner kick. Why not for the left back up 5-0? She's done all match. Brianna Kreutz to take this corner kick. Set piece specialist is the central defender for Illinois State. Cross giving the short option. Driven near post, and that's mishit. Abby Killer with the goal kick.
There's a good look at the goals in the second half, and you can take a look. That's really all Rachel Tejada switching the ball out there to Leinart, but this is all Leinart. She shows her speed. She beats the keeper who gets out of the box. Here's a shot from distance, and Indiana State had trouble with those all day, not getting out to close. And of course, the free kick late in the game. Keeper does a good job to get a touch on it, but people don't stay with the runners, and Cross very alert to get that second ball. It's been all Illinois State in the second half.
That's out for a goal kick. So Abby Keller, in relief of Brittany San Roman, will take this goal kick. Indiana State clearly, Dave, felt pretty good about things, only down 1-0 at halftime.
Well, you got to remember, coming into this game, they were on a 5 or 6 game win streak, right? And they basically 6 with the MVC playoff game. So this is a team that was very confident. I think only lost 2-1 and actually hit the post in that game, could have easily tied it up. And I think they felt good against this team, but they knew they were playing against some horses, and I think that this is a team that really came to play today. Illinois State, they were playing at a much higher level than they had even played in the first game of the tournament.
Here's McCarter again forward from the back line. McCarter to the byline.
And this is 5-0, and that's your left back, Sean, attacking and continuing to attack. And I think that's what's impressive about Illinois State. They get everybody involved. I mean, the only one you really don't see go forward much is the 2 center backs. So it's impressive the way they interchange positions, the way they are aggressive as a team, and they're a lot of fun to watch.
Hancock. Indiana State just looking for one. Chura, who's, despite this scoreline, had a really, really nice match for her side. And on cue, she does well enough to win the corner kick. Taylor Reed to take the corner.
To Emily.
Reed shielding her eyes from the sun. Reed. High on the outswinger. You see Newsom coming out to punch that ball away with her right hand. Corner kick again for Taylor Reed. Again, she'll hit the right-footed outswinger.
Now this is an interesting set piece for Indiana State. Everybody on the goal line.
Rodas tried to turn her head, snapped the header, never could find the space.
I don't think I've seen that before, Sean. It was interesting and actually almost created a quality chance there.
Off the Aaron Newsom goal kick. Rodas. A.J. Rodas. Okay. Down the line. Good looking ball for Kate Johnson. Through the face of the 6-yard box. Just nothing there for the #2 seed Sycamores in this match.
The few chances they've had, Sean, have really been on the right where they've gotten the ball wide and gotten a good cross in. Just haven't seen enough of that.
Dave, it's your honor to choose our players of the match, which is brought to you by Coventry Healthcare and Aetna Company. Visit coventryhealthcare.com for more information.
Well, for Indiana State, it's got to be Emily Chura. She was very active in the midfield, especially in the first half, and really created the quality chances for Indiana State. They were really in the game for the first 40 minutes, and then it just kind of changed the tide with the second goal for Illinois State. But she had a fantastic game.
Here's Illinois State, still looking for more. Not content with 5-0, looking for 6-0. Thinking keeping this momentum going into the NCAA tournament. The draw's not made. They don't yet know their opponent. But what they do know is they want to keep up this very attractive attacking soccer. Troyer. Continuing with the pressure. Dangerous ball, headed away by Troyer. And there's Abby Keller. Dave, for Illinois State, your player of the match, there can't be any doubt, can there?
Well, there could be doubt because you had so many players playing well for this Illinois State team, but it's hard not to pick someone who had a hat trick. Hannah Leinert really had an excellent game today, very aggressive against probably the best defender for Indiana State in Maddie Orff. So she just had a fantastic match, moved well off the ball, and when she got the ball, she knew what she wanted to do with it, which is put it in the back of the net.
And again, it bears repeating. We mentioned it at the time. Leinert, the first ever hat trick in Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship Finals history. It's an amazing accomplishment for any player, let alone a freshman. We start for Indiana State. Dave's player of the match for the Sycamores, Chura, taking that. Ardiolo. Back for Hancock, Ardiolo. There's McCarter. From the center circle, Troyer. Long ball, easy on one big bounce for Aaron Newsom. Final seconds, final minute. Minute 90. Illinois State 5, Indiana State 0.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That is it. Let the celebration begin. Full time has been reached. 3 straight MVC Women's Soccer Tournament championships for Illinois State. Next stop, the NCAA tournament.
Well, those girls, Sean, deserve the chance to celebrate. Just a fantastic match there. You can see how excited they were. All rushed to goalie Erin Newsom, who had a really important start to the game. She had to make a couple big saves when it mattered.
Now 5 MVC women's soccer tournament titles in the history of the Redbirds. Last year in the final, they defeated Indiana State 5-1. And this afternoon in Evansville, Indiana, they defeat Indiana State 5-0. 4 goals in the second half. Those 4 goals coming in the span of 18 minutes.
Yeah, amazing, and I think what's more impressive is the fact that this was a much better Indiana State team. They battled, made it difficult, but there was just no stopping Illinois State today. Too many weapons, too many chances, and they're just an offensive juggernaut right now.
When we return, we will speak to Drew Roth, the victorious head coach. Celebrating with his players is the Redbirds defeat the Sycamores 5-0 to claim this MVC title.
Nationally ranked program sees more than 6,000 kids with heart problems each year. We treat them in St. Louis's only state-of-the-art suite that allows us to diagnose and operate in one place. And we have the region's top 2 pediatric heart surgeons. Each day, our heart team comes together to heal kids, one heart at a time. Having the best. Another way our love for kids just keeps on growing.
In the insurance business, you think differently about a customer when you stand in the middle of his dreams. When she serves you breakfast every Saturday morning. When his son plays on the same team as your son. When you live down the street from your customers, you make sure they get covered right. And you make sure you're there when they need you. That's the way it's done around here. Grinnell Mutual, a policy of working together. To find a Grinnell Mutual agent near you, go to grinnellmutual.com.
You could fly to Venice or Paris or even Copenhagen. You could fly all over the world. But why? When you could just come to St. Louis. Your trip begins at ExploreSt.Louis.com.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm still here. Still with you. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hear me. I hear me.
This is Sean. Can you hear me?
I hear
test,
you.
Test.
Yes, I hear
Cool.
Sean. I hear Sean.
Cool.
Can you hear me?
I do. I do. Yes, I do, Coach. I hear you. You guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to keep going with that then. He's just standing over there. I don't know. Do we want to? Copy.
Please direct your attention to the field. Our Director of Sports Administration, Kirsten Gregory from the Missouri Valley Conference, will present the awards. The Missouri Valley Conference would like to issue a special thank you to the Evansville administration, the Purple Aces soccer staff, and grounds crew for staging a great tournament. They spent many hours and a great deal of effort to stage this tournament, and again, we appreciate your hard work. Before we jump into our all-tournament team honors, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize the work of an outstanding individual who not only got it.
The 2013 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Championship is brought to you by Coventry Healthcare, the official presenting sponsor for the MVC TV network. By Emerson, the global technology and engineering company. And by SSM Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center, helping get kids back in the game. A thorough and dominant 90-minute performance for Illinois State over a really talented Indiana State side. Illinois State, though, coming through like the champions they are, a 5-0 victory to claim their third consecutive MVC Women's Soccer Tournament Championship. Now joined by the victorious head coach of the Redbirds, Drew Roth. Drew, Dave and I were commenting during the broadcast. Almost impossible to believe you would get 5 in the back of the net and Rachel Tejada not among the goal scorers.
Yeah, that is a little surprising. But you guys know she draws so much attention, and she's such a playmaker. She's not just a goal scorer. So, you know, that's what makes her special. And it's great to have a young player like Leinert step in and bury 3 goals. That was great. So just a good all-around performance.
Coach, 28 shots. 6 corners, 5 goals. I always want to know, what's it like to own a Ferrari?
I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, you know, second half we just came out and we just stayed consistent, and we were patient when we needed to be, and our girls just really wanted it, you know, and we finally relaxed and played the way we could. So it's very rewarding and just really happy for them.
Drew, thanks for your time. Congratulations. Best of luck to you now moving forward, representing the Missouri Valley Conference in the NCAA.
Thanks so much, guys.
Drew Roth, the head coach of Illinois State, living up to their #1 seed as they claim this MVC Women's Soccer Tournament Championship. Our chat with the coaches is brought to you by the St. Charles, Missouri Convention and Visitors Bureau. When making plans to attend the 2014 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Championship, which is scheduled for March 13th through 16th, go to historicstcharles.com. You can also call 800-366-2427. Dave, a lot to choose from in the way of highlights from Illinois State. Let's now take a look at your play of the match, which is a presentation of Pepsi. Live for now.
Well, you could have looked at a lot of plays, but really that clearance off the line in the first goal opened up the entire match, and they just kept it going from there. It's all 3 goals you're going to see here. And you can't say enough about Hannah Leinert, a freshman, ladies and gentlemen, and she just knows what to do when she gets that ball, and she's putting it on goal. That's all I can tell you.
Leinert with the natural hat trick. First 3 goals of the match. Minutes 26, 50, and 54. Allie Farkas off the substitutes bench, minute 66. And Kyla Cross, the 5th and final goal of this match, coming in minute 68. Dave, the prospects now, as you see it for Illinois State, moving forward into the NCAA Women's Soccer Tournament.
I wanted to ask Drew that, but they have a great chance, I think. I mean, there's no question offensively. They can play with anybody in the country. The question is going to be, can they make it stand up defensively? And I think they can. Today was maybe one of their best defensive efforts. They never allowed the counter, Sean.
9 straight victories now in that span. 30 goals scored, just 3 allowed for Illinois State as they claim their 3rd straight Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Tournament Championship. 5-0 as they defeat #2 seed Indiana State. For Dave Durr, Jack Watkins, and everyone at the MVC, and for our entire crew, I'm Sean Wheelock. Thanks for watching the 2013 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Soccer Championship Final.
Want affordable healthcare coverage that helps cover rising medical costs, and that's exactly what you'll get with Coventry Healthcare. We offer comprehensive, affordable plans for your family or business. Visit CoventryHealthcare.com or text wellness to 74574. Health, wellness, Coventry Healthcare.
Macy's, famous for pizza.
Yeah, I'm married. Does it matter? You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so...
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
You like to keep your family healthy and fit. And now there's a new way to do the same for your dog. Introducing new Purina Dog Chow Light and Healthy. It's a no sacrifices, calorie light way to keep him trim. With a deliciously tender and crunchy kibble blend he'll love. And 22% fewer calories than dog chow. Discover the lighter side of strong. New Purina Dog Chow Light and Healthy.
Help join a continent of nearly 3 million rugged square miles with a single broadband connection? When Emerson takes up the challenge, it's never been done before. Simply becomes, consider it solved. Emerson.
Departure, arrival, search, post, chat, check in. New foods, new fun, new favorites. All right, new client. Don't stop there. Explore, discover, connect, grow, celebrate, work, live, play. Breathe. At Hilton Garden Inn, we know you'll love our cook-to-order breakfast. First-rate service and award-winning amenities. So count on us to give you all the ways to make the most of every stay. Hilton Garden Inn Evansville, the official hotel partner of the Missouri Valley Conference.
You want affordable healthcare coverage that helps cover rising medical costs, and that's exactly what you'll get with Coventry Healthcare. We offer comprehensive, affordable plans for your family or business. Visit CoventryHealthcare.com or text wellness to 74574. Health, wellness, Coventry Healthcare.